Good morning, Wei fam from Tom Phayan in Thailand, just a little bit north of Bangkok.
I'm Ashley and this is Josh. Welcome to the Way Away. We're super excited today because we decided to book another tour with Take Me Tours. Last time we had such a fun time hanging out with a local, which is not something you normally can do when you're
on our temple tour. That was really nice to have someone.
So we went back to takemetour.com and looked at all the different tours they have available. They have so many tours I couldn't make up my mind, so I gave Josh 4 to 5 different options.
We are going to learn to paint traditional Thai ceramics with real gold. At least that's what I understand.
Is that why you chose this tour?
No, it's just like the idea of making something artsy and crafty and getting hands-on with the culture, as opposed to just like, look at this old building. I enjoy it because I feel like I'm participating in it.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm really excited for this because I like arts and crafts. I like learning traditional things, and also these tours with Take Me Tour are private tours, so it's just us and the locals, and I love that. It just adds so much more to our day.
All right, let's get to it. First things first, we are headed back to the small factory in the back of this place. We're gonna learn basically how they create and fire this stuff, and then I think we're gonna partake in it ourselves. It's a long full day tour, so we have plenty of time to see everything about it.
In the factory to make some of this beautiful pottery. They can either use a cast or they can actually hand make it by using a wheel. He lets it dry for about a half an hour to let it harden just a little bit, and then they wipe it off to make sure that there isn't any extra junk on it before putting it in the oven for the very first time. It comes out of the oven a little white, and then they dip it in some glaze and put it back into the oven. So a second time in the oven. After the glaze hardens, they bring it out to this area that we're in right now, and they paint the glazed pottery.
Now you have to think about what the pattern or the line
Oh my gosh.
that you want. Yeah, this one.
I do like that one. So we were given these little pens. Inside these pens is actually gold. It doesn't look like gold right now, but when it goes into the kiln, it comes out really shiny. Look, kind of like this around the edge here and the edges here. So what our job is to take our tiny little ceramic and actually draw what we want on the ceramic. I'm really nervous because there are no mistakes you can make here. And this is gold, so like nobody wants to waste gold, right?
I don't.
No, me neither. This guy's a professional. He does really intricate designs, but I think for beginners, the larger designs is a little better for us. Nervous at first, but thankfully they have this blue pen where I could draw first and then wipe it off if I made a mistake, which I did. The first flower I went for I think was much more difficult than I expected, so I decided to go with the Lotus Flower because it's pretty much kind of teardrops over and over again. So I thought maybe that was a safer option. So I have done that on my top, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. The other thing is that this gold, I've noticed on the glasses that they have, that they do a little bit of shading, so a little parts like this that are thicker, where the gold kind of stands out, and so that's what I'm trying to do next.
Nice.
As well as I'm hoping to do some little lotus pods, like the little flower right here around the edge of this. So it's like the little lotus pods around here, but then the big mommy lotus on the top.
Oh, we're gonna do the whole thing? I was just thinking the lid.
Oh no, I was thinking doing the bottom. She did the bottom here on this one.
Oh, she banged that out.
So pretty, yeah. They're real professional here. we're actually all silent, so like filming this, there's nothing going on because we're all like concentrating really hard. Oh shoot. All right, I finished my bottom. I'm too afraid to do too much on this and screw it up, so I just added a little polka dots and then my little baby lotuses on the bottom here. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think that we have to let this dry a little bit and then we'll be able to put the color on it before they put it in the kiln. So we won't have these today when they're finished because supposedly it takes 8 hours in the kiln for the gold and the paint to actually dry and be on there really sturdy. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this turns out to be like. I tried to use as much gold as possible because that's obviously my favorite feature.
So I started out by painting my lid, and that one I feel like turned out pretty good. I feel like that was a little more simple because it was large and I could do broader strokes. But here on the side, I started with this lotus and I was not happy with it at first, but then Ashley suggested I do like these little wispies at the tip based on someone else's drawing that we saw on the table. The professional sitting right next to us, yes. So I stole that idea and I'm much happier with my lotus. And then I kind of gave up and just started drawing different flowers. And then I saw that someone did a butterfly, so I did a butterfly.
Ah, I like that.
And then I did that, which I think is another lotus. I'm not sure. And then sort of a daisy looking thing.
Wow, you did really, really well.
And then I did some little lotus buds. Originally my idea was to do like a lotus blooming, but then I realized I did not have the artistic capability to pull that off without a perfect example in front of me. So I gave up. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a way away episode if we didn't share with you a little bit of the history and culture surrounding this. So this style of ceramic painting is called Benjarong. My accent's probably off because there's 5 intonations in Thai, but you can look it up by typing Benjarong. But basically in Thai that means 5 colors. So traditionally this style of ceramic decoration was imported from China during the Ming Dynasty, and I think the 13 to 1600s around there. About 600 years ago, a Chinese princess was married into the Thai royal family, and she brought Benjarong into the Thai culture. Now, for the longest time, the culture here didn't have a ceramic making process or a pottery process. That was completely imported from China. And up until recently, a lot of their pottery was still sourced from China directly and shipped here. There's a whole history, including the temples that we visited in the last video, where a lot of the broken pottery was used to help decorate the temples. So now, a lot of this pottery is made locally and it's sort of considered a tradition, if not a fairly recent one in the grand scheme of things, but it's still really interesting. Originally in China, this would contain about 3 or more colors, but in Thai they adopted it to include 5 to typically 8. Originally, when it was first produced here in Thailand, it was reserved for the royal family and certain aristocracy that were allowed to do it. Nowadays, it's democratized and pretty much anyone with the means can buy it, although I have to imagine it's still pretty expensive.
It is time to add the colors. They have all our paints set out for us. Originally, like Josh said, you only used 5 colors. It didn't matter what 5 colors you chose as long as you stuck to those 5 colors. But today, we can use as many as we want. Although, I did lotus flowers and they're all the same color, so I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be using pink and green today.
I already got outside the lines a little bit on one of my drawings, but they pointed out that after it dries in just a couple minutes, I can just pick it off with like a toothpick or something, and then it'll be all clean for firing.
My bottom portion is much more difficult because everything is so much smaller. So I'm just trying to stay in the lines as much as possible, but it's not easy when my hands are all shaky. Shoot, and I can't laugh while I'm doing it.
Concentrate.
one of the things that I love the most is that we've been working with different locals as we go through the process. So it seems that each one of them have their area of expertise, and every time we go to a new station, somebody new helps us out. They don't speak English, and that's why we have our local guide, Noi, to help us out. She's come over and translated a few things for us, but it's been awesome, like working with everyone. I told them they can leave us here forever. Josh agreed that we can just become painters, learn Thai, and be here. It's just so enjoyable, and I love painting. Like, I find it super relaxing. So like this woman here, I just think, like, does she go home after work every day relaxed versus everyone else who's like stressed out? That sounds lovely. With our final kilns porcelains.
So we've been at our local coffee shop getting some work done, and we just received our package, and I think it's time to see the final product.
Oh my gosh, I hope the gold is like popping real nice. And I hope my colors are really nice.
We have not looked inside this. I have no idea.
I opened it upside down. Oh, they're in little packages.
Nice.
Who's this? Whose?
I have no idea. Okay, that's it. Unravel.
Oh my gosh. I was joking around it, like if they were all broken in here.
Wait, I think this is yours. It's got big block colors.
Oh yeah, I paint.
Oh my gosh! That is incredible. Yours is so good.
Look at the bottom part, it's so nice.
Oh my gosh.
Gold is crazy beautiful. It looked nothing like this when we were painting it.
No, this is way cooler than I expected.
Aww.
Okay, so there you have it. We can make traditional Benjarong porcelain.
We're professional.
Yeah, we're basically ready to go. Again, link is in the description for Take Me Tours.
Yeah.
Noi was amazing. We had such a fun time with her.
And it's so cool to make something and be a part of something that
Yeah.
you can take home afterwards as a little token of your time.
And trust me, we are not leaving these behind.
I know, what are we gonna put in it? We gotta
We'll
think of something.
figure something out. All right, that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
A huge shout out to all of our patrons who helped make this video possible. If you want to follow more, go to Instagram at WayAwayMag. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out our second channel, Way More, if you want to see way more from us.